Space year 2006. A system was released into North America by a Japanese company called Nintendo. That system came to be known as the Nintendo Wii. Top 10 best-selling video game consoles of all time. And it spawned one of the top 5 best-selling video games ever. Wii Sports. A wonderful game that garnered much love and praise. Children across the world grew up on this game, myself included. Now, most often, games end up being a one-hit wonder. But I'll be damned, Nintendo made sure this one wasn't. Gorgeous sequel. But, not Canon Club. How come there hasn't been another game in 13 years for this successful series? I don't know. But hey, we got one now, so let's get into it.
Hello everybody, today we're going to be taking a first look at Nintendo Switch Sports, releasing today as of this recording, and today being April 29th, 2022. So as you can see, I have the other sports titles with me, and we're going to be comparing the new game to, I guess, each one individually, although I would like to say this game should be both of them combined, considering those games are over 10 years old now. But, you know, I guess we can't ask for too much. Also notice Club is missing because, well, we don't talk about Club. Now naturally, with any video game, you obviously gotta open it first to actually play it, so that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna do a quick unboxing here and a nice overview to see what's inside. Oh, the seal is broken, boys. We broke the seal. Whoa, it's not much in there. No inserts. Just the game, and that's it. Now to leave the box in perfect condition for my collection. So as you can see, back of the box, or back of the game case, and actual game itself. I guess while we're opening this, I will go over my mixed feelings on how I thought this game should have been. Now, when I heard there was going to be a sports title, and I was hard reading this too, I was like, no, they should remaster Wii Sports or something like that. And to an extent, I guess they did. But the main reason I wanted to remaster for the Switch or something like that is so that they could utilize Mii's so much better than they have, because they're essentially the only time you ever see them are in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and, you know, that's pretty much it. Well, I guess Miitopia too. You should bring back Tomodachi Life, please. I'm asking. But then, when I saw the Direct and they introduced these guys, I was like, really? Why aren't Mii's the main focus, my guy? Like, those... it's just such a good idea, and you guys are not using it. I hate that. I don't know. It's just... I really don't like how they're just ignoring the existence of Mii's, and for no good reason. For no good reason. Yeah, little rant aside. I mean, the presentation of the game looks fine, from what I've seen. It looks fine as it is. I don't like how it's missing so many sports, though. Especially when Resort had, count them, 12. Essentially double what's on here. And the original Wii Sports had 5, so this is just a one-sport improvement. Except a repeat, so if you're going to make something new, at least include new sports instead of reusing 3 sports. Yeah, I was really hoping for this to be the Nintendo Wii Sports Ultimate collection. This is like what Wii Sports Club should have been, but Wii Sports Club wasn't that. So here we go. Whoa, it's actually I like when they do this. I like when they do this, although it's kind of ruined by the health and safety. Just put an insert, man. I miss inserts. Those make things so much more meaningful, especially when you've just got this for no reason. But yeah, oh, yeah, great start. Pretty good. We'll just put that back in there, although I will be taking it out and putting it into my Switch case. Now we have this beautiful, definitely super meaningful, one game only attachment, which is actually very nicely woven. I like the material they use. It's really comfortable, of course, because it's so small and cheap. To produce, I mean, not cheaply made, but yes, we have the leg strap, and I will definitely be testing this out. I mean, I guess they did have to do a gimmick of some kind, because, well, the whole point of Wii Sports was that the entire game was a gimmick because it was motion controls, and then Wii Sports Resort was better motion controls than the original. But, yeah, this one, leg strap. Here's a close-up on the material used, and you can see the logo. And stuff. Look at that. Rather fetching. Alright, we'll take one last look at the box. Global competition. Earn in-game rewards competing against players near and far. Now, yes, that is the big selling point, is that it's online Wii Sports, and also return to Wii Sports. But it's Switch Sports, it's not Wii Sports. So, I'm going in with mixed feelings. And, you know, I'm hoping the game changes me. I'm hoping I grow towards it. We're also going to be discussing their current plans for future developing the game, because it does have 6 sports, obviously, but they're adding golf, so that's 7, and then they said they're going to be adding sports throughout. I don't know, I have to look into that, but I'll talk later more in depth in the actual video itself. And yeah, whatever. So, after the inevitable Day 1 update and a quick points redemption, we join the non-Woohoo Island world of Switch Sports. Immediately after the little intro animation plays, you're brought into a menu of 3 options, with online being the center of attention. After picking your poison, you're then introduced into Spoko Square, the more Metropolis-themed setting for this entry. Here is where you're given a chance to pick a sport, or you can customize yourself to your liking. Also, settings. Now here's where I got my first taste of gameplay. I went with an all-time classic, tennis. And you wanna know what I thought?
Something ain't right!
Yeah, it plays fine, but it feels like there's a lot less weight and controlling your physical swings, and more like it's pressing a button based off of 3 levels of intensity rather than the variable randomness of the original. Also, I don't know what it is, but this game makes all the old people suck. Old people are the greatest. They're full of wisdom and experience. Ding. Next I went with bowling, another obvious choice for a past peruser of these beloved titles. Yeah, something was wrong here too. The force you can produce feels too regulated again, and it's way too easy. Sure, if you played the original enough, bowling a perfect game isn't too uncommon, but the pins feel a bit fatter and I got a strike on my first attempt, something I don't typically do. The spins also feel much more forced. Once again, like there's only 3 options here. I did end up going back and post while editing because I felt my initial impression was too harsh, and upon further review, tennis was fine. Wii Sports Tennis is pretty similar to it, so I guess I was over-exaggerating. But bowling was still off. Spins give you less leeway. If it doesn't detect it, no spin for you. And yeah, try as I might, I couldn't change the speed of my throw. Also, no throw backsies. Maybe I'm just being picky. When you tend to play fast-paced precision games like Guitar Hero, or you learn the ins and outs of games like Mario Kart Double Dash, to the point where the TV choice can bother you for both. Maybe you are just the problem. But I digress. Next up, I gave Badminton a try, a sport I'm rather fond of. Not with Facecam. And I liked it. Probably my favorite of the bunch. Seems like it can get to a point where games can draw out for hours though. As for gameplay, think of Resort's table tennis. Seems to follow the controller pretty well. Swiftly, I moved on to football/soccer. Time to try out that damn leg strap. Unfortunately, I got a bit wrapped up in the shootout mode, for no reason in particular, so I neglected to record the rest of soccer's modes. Oops, I guess. They're fine though. Shootout, however, is pretty damn boring. You just kinda kick at the right time. Also, the strap fell twice. Guess you gotta suffocate your leg if you want to use it for longer than 7 minutes.
So that info is pretty much useless. LOL.
So anyways, I moved on to Chambara, and it plays similar to how I did in Resort. No complaints here. They also added different playstyles, but for compromise of the other modes. This is where the complaints start. Speaking of modes, this game kinda lacks them. Sure, some games have some, but the original had 3 for each sport in the training menu, and Resort had 2 to 3 or different maps/layouts associated with the difficulty to choose from for all 12. But hey, let's just move on. I'll regroup with my final thoughts at the end. Last, we have Volleyball. Now, my issue isn't with the way the controls feel, it's actually what they are. I don't know, this just doesn't feel sportsy. Kinda just rhythm heavy because there's no freedom of movement. Besides the ability to walk, however, it sorta just automates everything anyways. It's more you're just given a timing window on when you should swing, and how you should swing. Bit of a sour note to end on, albeit not terrible because rhythm games aren't bad in and of itself, it's just, this is a sports game. Final verdict. From my first impression of this game, it's okay. I'm going out mostly how I came in, maybe feeling a bit better about it though. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. The game is fine, but that's mostly it for me. Fine. The magic of Wii Sports was for the fact that it's so new and never been seen before. And it's fine if the pack and title is small. It's free! This was $64.99 Canadian. And for the paid equivalent, Resort came with a really cool technological feature at least. Those games were also charming with their simplicity. As for the online edition a la Club, it's the same gameplay, but with actual humans you can't see, speak, or laugh with. Yeah, the sports games are social titles. Another thing is, personally, I don't like that I don't get the full game right away anymore, but that's how Nintendo keeps their games alive, I guess. Seems like their current plans don't confirm anything after Golf, but I'd be expecting it. I sound a bit harsh again, but the 7 out of 10 stands. I like that they brought these games back, and the game itself is built nicely. The old ones were just something special. And there you have it, my first look at Nintendo Switch Sports. I'll probably go back when more things are added, but until then, thanks for watching.